At Pixel Game Squad, we pride ourselves in quality content. That is something that I won't be shy about. Recently, not too long ago, we added the show My Retro Life with Tyler. I think this is a fantastic show, and we are honored to have it as a part of Pixel Game Squad. With that, we're always looking forward to adding any new people that we think would perfectly fit the mold of a good attitude and the love and passion for retro gaming deep inside their hearts. With that, we want to announce the newest member of the Pixel Game Squad on Tuesdays, Russ Lyman with Top 3 Tuesdays.
Well, thanks so much, Riff. I'm stoked to be here. What's up, guys? I'm Russ Lyman, and welcome to Top 3 Tuesday. Top 3 Tuesday, what will it be? Sit back, relax, and listen to me. It's Countdown Show. 1, 2, 3. It's Top 3 Tuesday, best day of the week. Well, it is October, and that means the spooky season is upon us, and playing spooky video games is what this month is all about. And well, if you're like me, you love the original NES. And for that, we're counting down the top 3 scary Nintendo games. And coming in at number 3 is a point-and-click adventure game that has you searching around a creepy castle, and that's Shadowgate. The game is named for its setting at Castle Shadowgate, residence of the evil Warlock Lord. You take control as the last of a great line of hero kings, tasked with saving the world by defeating the Warlock Lord, who is attempting to summon up the demon Behemoth out of hell. The style of the game is a point-and-click adventure where you must traverse the halls, dungeons, and chambers of Castle Shadowgate. You have a couple options to choose from on the bottom of the screen, while a smaller square above is where all the gameplay takes place. Will you choose to look, open, or perhaps take a torch to light your way through the paths? There are many booby traps hidden within the castle walls, so if you fall into one, best to make note of it and try again. Persistence and memorization is key to finishing this game. Now, if you guys were lucky enough to have a subscription to Nintendo Power Magazine, issue 10 here has a little spreadsheet of Shadowgate on page 14. Here in the Nintendo Power, it shows you the commands of the game, where to look for items, and what puzzles you'll encounter. The pictures in the book really help set the tone for the game. This is certainly a game that should be played with the lights off and candles lit. But let's hope you can make it to the end of the night without having to sleep with the lights on. Well, hopefully with this guide, I'll be able to make it through Shadowgate. Now moving on to number 2, an arcade game that was ported to the NES and has plenty of ghouls in it, and that's Ghosts and Goblins. This is a platformer game that was originally released in the arcades but was ported to many consoles including the NES. You play as a knight called Arthur who is fighting to save his beloved princess, who we see kidnapped in the beginning of the game. This was a pretty horrific scene for an NES game. Just a guy hanging out trying to have lunch with his girl and BAM! Out of nowhere, a demon comes in and swoops her away. Well, at least Arthur is ready to jump into battle. You'll come across many enemies in this game, including zombies, crows, gargoyles, ghouls, ghosts, and, well, goblins. There is a never-ending wave of them, too, and if you're hit by any of them, Arthur's armor will fall off and he'll be left in his boxers to fight these demons. And one last hit and that will be it for him. Lucky for you, the game does provide infinite continues as you try to get from Graveyard level 1 all the way to level 6 to fight the Demon King himself. Only to find out that you must beat the game twice to get the true ending. It certainly stands out with the music and scenery in the game. Even when ported to the NES, you can still get a creepy vibe in the cemetery or abandoned buildings with the lurking ghost in the windows. This game is still known for its immense difficulty and has been the frustration of many weekend rentals from back in the day. I just did a quick play of the game and was lucky enough to get the level 2. It spawned a few sequels and crossover games on the PS2, and this is one you definitely should check out for the spooky season. And coming in at number 1 is a game that was actually based on a movie. And that game is called Sweet Home. When you hear the name of this game, the home you are visiting is anything but sweet. This is a survival horror role-playing game that came out for the Famicom in 1989 and is based around the movie of the same name. Since then, there are fan-translated ports of this game that you can get on an actual NES cartridge. The backstory of the game is that there's a crew of 5 filmmakers that enter the house in search of precious frescoes hidden in there. A fresco is a painting done rapidly in watercolor on wet plaster on a wall or a ceiling, so that the colors penetrate the plaster and it becomes fixed as it dries. And you'll come across such paintings while playing the game. As they explore this mysterious mansion, they come across different kinds of entities. The player must navigate the mansion, and you can control the party separately, using each one's abilities to maybe get into certain doors if they have a key, or maybe a potion to help restore some life. It's with this system of trying to keep everyone alive and using your limited supplies wisely. The game was directed by Tokuro Fujiwara, who previously worked primarily on arcade games such as Ghosts and Goblins. Fujiwara even got to tour the film's set to gather inspiration for the game. Sweet Home is considered a landmark game and is often known for being one of the inspirations of many survival horror games and helped inspire the 1996 release of Resident Evil. You can see this from when moving between room to room, it looks like the loading screens in Resident Evil. Many scenes in this game depict such horrific imagery that any young child playing this game would easily be scared or feel a sensation of unsettlement. Just walking around the mansion, you'll see dead bodies on the ground or blood splattered on the walls. This game takes some time to learn and figure out what you need to do, so if you don't have the time to try it out, I suggest even watching a Let's Play of it, just to experience it because it had such an impact on some of the games we now play in the survival horror genre. Well guys, those were my top 3 spooky NES games. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and feel free to let me know in the comments down below what your top 3 were. I'm super stoked to be part of the Pixel Game Squad's lineup in bringing you these great top 3 Tuesdays. If you guys have any suggestions on topics you want me to cover, feel free to also leave those in the comments down below. And if you guys want to check out more videos of what I do, there'll be a link in the description or at the end of this video. And as always gamers, I'm Russ Lyman, and keep your world fun bit by bit. I'll see you next video.